Okay, this screencast is going to go over some basic tools in drawing and show you what you can do with your students. I use it for two things. I use it for getting kids to express ideas and connecting those ideas to images to organize their thoughts. I also have used it, as we kind of saw today, with image analysis. And let's go through it real quick. In order to start, you're in your Drive, you hit Create, and you go to Drawing. Now within here, there are several tools that I think are really helpful. The one that we've already talked about today is the Research tool. So if you go down to Research, and especially if you're trying to use images, you can, just do a quick image search. And our topic today has been Common Core. If I want to find an image, okay, I can bring this in here. And I think your assignment today is to create a slogan for it and an awareness poster for your site. You could look over some of the stuff you've been looking at. I mean, if you want just information on it, you can go to Everything and get the standards here. Maybe find some pro Common Core articles, or maybe you're making one that's kind of anti. I mean, if you're that's a kind of scenario you can set up with your class. Do you want to let them pick a side of a topic or an issue that you're going over and make a poster one way or the other? The other nice thing about, if we go back to images, if you are interested, you can change the usage rights to it so that you can free to use or share. That limits it, but then you don't have as much issue with copyright. I mean, if that's a decision you're going to have to make if your students are publishing their work and you want them to practice the idea of not infringing possibly on copyright material, you have that option. And you can go to insert text boxes anywhere you want, so they can write messages, and whatever that might be, they could connect that to maybe an aspect of drawing a line from here to here, connecting. This is what I was doing when I showed you in the slides today, the imperialism project that I showed you. Here's what I was talking about. In this case, I did some image analysis with my students and had them take images or posters, documents from the age of imperialism, and had them describe some of the social, political, and economic, religious types of imperialism going on. In this one, it's an advertisement for Pear soap, but there's obviously a lot of social imperialism, racism, intellectual stuff going on. And I had them point it out using Google Drawing. And the next phase of this is to get other kids to comment and work and collaborate. And that is probably one of the more difficult things. This one got a lot of comments, but as you'll find, and something I think students need to work on a lot, is how they comment. And saying something meaningful, making some kind of meaningful connection between their work and somebody else's work. In order to do that, if you want your students working in that way, which I think is great, if you go to the sharing feature, and if you go to advanced, it will give you the ability. Now, this is a student's document, so it's not letting me see the same thing, but you can change the sharing to people can comment. And if you don't want to allow that, that's up to you. But it is a nice feature, and I think it's something that obviously evaluating others' work and critiquing it is a part of the ELA standards, and I think it's something that students need a lot of growth in. So I would encourage you to do that as well. So this is Google Drawing. You can insert images on your own from the computer itself. You can do it by URL. It's really efficient, and that's the one thing to remember about Google, is that you're saving so much time of them trying to find images, or we used to have to cut things out of newspapers and magazines, and now it just brings it all together. They can use tools to check their spelling. There's defining words. Um, there's a personal dictionary. There's all kinds of tools that are right here that you can make good use out of, as opposed to just having the kids throw something together on paper. Um, there's all kinds of drawing tools. There's word art. If you go under tools, insert word art, they can link from this, which can make this a little bit more interactive if they're trying to link to, an image, to an explanation of it, shapes, all kinds of stuff. The possibilities are endless. So that's Google Drawing. It's a great tool. It's not something that, it's something that students can produce something cool in a short amount of time.